Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Morake. I create faith-based content, and basically I touch on subjects like lifestyle, relationships, and any other thing basically that you can think of. So today I want to talk about the importance of forgiving yourself, and the importance of being able to call yourself out when you're wrong, so that you will be able to grow as a person and also be able to learn from your mistakes, So today I'm having my green tea. So guys, I once had a discussion with someone, right? A colleague of mine, and we were talking about how certain women will keep attracting the same kind of men with abusive traits, or rather abusive behaviors, over and over again, and what causes that, right? So guys, it's very important to forgive yourself in order for you to heal your soul, right? It's very important. I know God talks a lot about how the importance of being able to forgive one another, right? Because you cannot be able to pray when you have grudges against people, ne? So as being children of God, it's very important for us to forgive and also be able to forgive ourselves, because we usually forgive other people but forget that we need to also forgive our own selves, for our faults and the mistakes that we made, So I believe rather that certain things will keep happening in your life to teach you a valuable lesson, right? So a typical example of myself, I was once in a very abusive relationship, right? I think I was 18, 19, just after my matric. The person was very abusive physically, emotionally, and because I was young, I couldn't see that, I thought, oh man, this person is just so obsessed with me. They love me so much. They don't want me around friends. They don't want me around family. They just want to keep me to themselves, and this person would beat me black and blue. And I would keep forgiving the person, right? Until I finally got the courage to... Actually, the person broke up with me and left me for someone else, because I think at that time, sometimes God will cause someone to disrespect you so much and leave you, because he knows that you will never ever be able to leave that person. So what he does is that he causes the person to disrespect you, belittle you, abuse you so much that you left with no other choice but to want to leave. So with this particular individual, it didn't matter what they did, I couldn't actually leave. So then what happened is that God caused them to want someone else so bad and tell me actually that, you know what, I don't want you anymore. So that was how I actually got to move away from the relationship, Only years later, the very same person comes back and is like, I still love you. I got to see that you're the only person that ever cared for me, blah, blah, blah. But because I'm older and I'm wiser, I was like, no, I forgave you, but from a distance, After that relationship, I got into a relationship whereby I got a child from the relationship. However, it was still abusive, It was very abusive. Yeah, that was the worst, actually. Because there was a child involved, and growing up with a single parent, all I wanted to do was just to make it work, just to make it work. It didn't even matter how the person treated me, or whether the person even gave me a slightest show of respect or whatnot. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted it to work. I just wanted to have a family of my own, because it's always been a dream of mine to be able to raise my child in a so-called stable family, So yeah, man, it was very abusive. The person was on drugs. I got to find out later on, and he was just so abusive, man. Like, he didn't want me to have any friends as well. And yeah, basically the same pattern as the previous partner, So what I want to talk about from that is that I got to understand, actually it's only now currently that I'm beginning to understand that it's okay to find yourself trapped in the same situation, but also you need to understand that it's a problem if you're constantly attracting negative people. It's a problem if you're constantly attracting toxicity in relationships, you know. So what I actually got to see is that because I wasn't so sure of myself, if someone would say, I love you, I want a relationship with you, for me, that meant everything, you know. And I hadn't really been by myself, you know, to actually get to learn what Spira really likes, what kind of a woman I am, what kind of a mother I am, what kind of a friend, sister I am, you know, what triggers me, what makes me unhappy, you know, what makes me happy, what makes me excited, you know. So only until, since I'm single, that I'm actually getting to understand my worth, and the fact that when a person really loves you, they're not gonna manipulate you to have sex with them to prove that you love them. They're not gonna compare you to anyone that they've had an encounter with. They're not gonna raise their hand on you. I don't care what you do, they will never ever do that. And it wouldn't matter how faithful you are to a person that's toxic. They will still find a way to harm you, and they'll still find a way to abuse you. So only until now that I'm actually able to call myself out and forgive myself for allowing myself to go through that for such a long time, you know, twice even, you know. So I'm actually, I'm forgiving myself slowly but surely. But me being single now, it's a conscious decision that I've made for myself, for my own sanity, for my own spirituality, and to try and be close to God, you know. Even though sometimes it's hard, guys. Like, it's very hard because you get so lonely. You get lonely, but you need to remind yourself that you are exactly who your bloodline has been waiting for, to break generational curses. You understand? Because in my family, there's been so many stories of generational curses, in a sense that apparently there's people who did stuff to make it to make sure that my grandmother's how can I put it, my grandmother's descendants do not ever get married and whatnot. But because I'm a child of God, and because I understand that He has plans, you know, to prosper me and not to harm me, you know, and His thoughts for me are not the thoughts that I have. Therefore, I choose to rebuke that report, and I choose to look to Him, basically, you know, to strengthen me, to help me be wiser, to help me choose wiser, not choose based on feelings, you know. Just because you feel that someone is your type, now all of a sudden you wanna start dating them, then all of a sudden you start losing your standards, you start sleeping with them, you start doing all these unnecessary things just to prove that you really mean it, you really want the relationship, or you really want a future with this person, you want to get married with this person, you know. So my advice is heal yourself first, then whatever that comes your way will be of good worth to you, you know. So yeah, that's the journey that I'm currently on, and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys, obviously. So guys, yeah, man, it's good that we forgive others, but it's also very important that we forgive ourselves and try to learn from our mistakes. And I'm not saying that life is going to be perfect. Once you start doing that, it comes with its ups and downs. And some days I just have days where I don't want to get up, you know. I just want to be by myself. And mind you, at work I'm in a leadership position, so I constantly need to be surrounded by people, you know, seeking help or assisting people, you know. but I try my best to remind myself that it's a season that I'm in, and I need to embrace it, right? I need to embrace it, and mostly remind yourself why you're doing this, you know? I'm raising a girl child, so I'm trying my best to be very, not too hard on myself, but very careful as to how I live, because children do what they see, you know, not what you tell them. You understand? So, yeah, man, whatever it is, I still believe in marriage, and I still celebrate couples who are madly in love, you know. I still celebrate kingdom marriages, you know, because I know that if God could do it for certain people, he will definitely do it for me. All in good time. You know, so guys, let's learn, especially as children of God. Let's learn to forgive ourselves. Let's learn to be able to find strength in silence, you know, because remember that God says that be still and know that I am God, you know. And yeah, man, waiting on God is not easy, but his grace is sufficient. He'll give you the strength if you allow him to wait for the right people to come into your life, you know. And besides, guys, you don't want to meet someone and all of a sudden you don't feel aligned. You know, you feel that you need to do certain things for the person to like you, or I don't know, man. It will feel right if it's right. I'd like to believe that, you know, because the mistake that we do is that we tend to fall in love with our so-called types. You look at a person, you have this ideal person in your head that you want your husband to look like this, but you forget that the number one value is that a man needs to go through God first to get to you. You understand? So my prayer is that we get to a point whereby we pray for God to give us husbands that are able to kneel in front of him, that are able to ask him for you, you know, because it's not a woman's job to pursue a man. It never was. That's where we're actually doing it wrong. It never was. And yeah, man, let's just be patient if you're also in a waiting season like myself, you know, and just motivate each other. You can leave your comments in the comment section. Just tell me about your experiences, how you're handling waiting. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please share the video. I'm still trying to learn how to edit and all that stuff. So as I grow in the channel, I'll basically be learning that. So yeah, I wanted to do videos once a week, but I'm gonna try my best. So if you seen this video, please subscribe and basically share ideas of what I can discuss on the channel. I was thinking of doing a sit down with some of my friends, basically to touch on different subjects, but you guys will let me know about that. So yeah, have a lovely day and have a blessed weekend. God bless.